it is the perfect winter day today. The weather feels pretty good. The temperatures are comfortable. I'm out here in my sweatshirt. I don't have an overcoat on or a vest. So it's just a perfect day to get outside and tackle some of the chores in my small garden here. Then from there, we're going to go inside and we're going to plant up a beautiful arrangement. I do want to tackle some of the chores that I need to get taken care of for the day. So let's start with those first. I think you'll be happy to see a little bit of greenery, especially if you are in one of those states or cities that's absolutely covered in snow right now, or ice, because you know we've had a few ice storms. So let's get started. The bees are really just living their life. So I have everything watered in. If you see here, once they get into this phase right here, I keep them watered in, but I don't overwater them. So just enough to make sure that the soil doesn't dry out. And then from there, this is where I start to use my inventory and just come and just pick. So it's almost like I have my own nursery, if you will. So we have tulip bulbs here in various stages of blooming. We have hyacinths, muscari, and I think all of our bees have moved on. We have some cyclamen here. But then I also have my sweet peas out here too, which I went in with my sweet peas and I bottom watered my sweet peas. And I have some more muscari. Now I did do quite a few of the containers and the little bitty like 4-inch cans versus the 6-packs here. One thing I can say, I like to do the 6-packs because with your 6-packs you're going to get more space. So I like to use the 6-packs because it's a space saver. I mean, we just got tons and tons and tons of muscari, and you see I've been consistently pulling and planting up and continuing on with my theme here. So if you haven't been able to tell, we're going to have a lot of blue this year. We have a leaf we'll get out of here. But yeah, everything looks happy. And I also want to pull this off. Go ahead and take the skin off, because there we go. All right, so now let's move on to our next project. We lined the inside of the container with just a industrial size trash bag. And we do have some overage, no big deal. We'll just come in and we'll tuck this in. But on the inside, we do have water bottles as well as a tea bottle lining the bottom of the container here, and it goes all the way across. This is my setup. It's going to make things go easier, but what's going to make it even easier is by using a scooper in order to make sure I can direct the soil where I want it to be. We're not making a great big mess here. So I am going to make sure that I link my Amazon storefront, and that way you all can head over, check out the storefront, and purchase these scoopers. Now, I do receive a very small commission. I think it's like 1 or 2 cents. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure how much it is, but it is a very small amount of commission. Commission will be earned if you decide to purchase from my Amazon store. So now we'll go ahead. We'll get soil on the inside of here, and I do have my gloves. So we'll get those on, and then we'll get this container planted up because I'm super excited. I am also using Fertiloom, and the bag is heavy. I think it's 50 quarts, but I'm going to be using that soil. If I can find a link, I'll link it as well. One of the things that I like about these scoopers is they pick up a ton of soil, and it's easy to, you know, direct the soil where you need it to be. No matter what type of planter I'm planting up, whether it be large or small, I'm using the scooper. I love it. Yes. So our hard work with propagation paid off. I love this look. It is absolutely amazing. It is classic. And one of the things that I like most about it is although we have all the pomp, all the jazz, the circumstance going on here, you're still able to see and view the TV without obstruction. Now, I am one that will obstruct the view of the TV. I have no problem doing that if it goes for the greater look, because you can always go to a different room, watch television, and maybe just not take television while you eat your breakfast or whatever have you. If you're just sitting in here, maybe to look at TV, maybe move to the great room or the family room or to an office or a bedroom there, you know, just anywhere you want to watch TV at, just not right here. But that's not the situation here because the hydrangeas just coast over the bottom here. What I also like about this situation here is you can see that I already have blooms that are in different stages, and that's one of the things I like to do with the hydrangeas. As far as watering your hydrangeas, when you're using them as a houseplant, you want to make sure that you keep them moist. A little bit on the moist side, more so than the dry side, versus how you would keep them outside in the garden, because you have to remember it is the winter time, and typically you would not have hydrangeas in bloom right now, but because we have hydrangeas in bloom in our home in the winter time, we all have our heaters going, maybe you have the fireplace going, and therefore you're going to be battling the struggle of humidity in your home. So you want to just give them a little bit of safety net, and you want to make sure that they stay evenly moist. Now, don't drown them, but just make sure they stay moist. In this container, it does not have a drain hole. This is actually a Deer Park Ironworks piece. I love Deer Park Ironworks. A lot of my obelisk or obelisk, depending on where you're from, come from Deer Park Ironworks, and I love them because of the quality. They actually sent this piece out to me. We constructed it together, and they actually gave away another one too. So Deer Park Ironworks is definitely a great resource. And I absolutely just love the quality, the integrity of their pieces. They hold together really, really well. And if you are one that like to keep your pieces out all season, even though I don't necessarily recommend that, but I do that. I've had Deer Park Ironwork pieces that stayed outside all season long, and I was able to use them and still have them for multiple years at a time. So now what I want to do is, I feel like this is given, but I also want my table to give as well. And what I mean by that is I love, love, love to have a beautiful look, meaning that I love to have those complementary arrangements. So you have an arrangement here, and then it kind of just follows throughout the home here. So what I think we're going to do is, I do want to put together a beautiful arrangement. Now, I could easily come in and just pot up another pot of hydrangeas. I could, but we're not doing that. We are going to transition this look over onto the table here and to complement not only the hydrangeas, but also the container as well. Let's get into it. I'm super excited. I love this. And the color is given. Everybody, all your good girlfriends, a lot of them may have those complimentary pinks and reds for Valentine's Day. Baby, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're going another different way, and ain't nothing wrong with it. Let's do it. Base we're going to be using is going to be this one right here. I feel like the color variations in this vase will be perfect for what we're using it for. You can slightly see the variations, but when we get it in more light, you'll be able to see it side by side. This is the perfect container, so we're going to grab this out. Perfect container, but as you can see, there's a hole in the bottom of it. So in order to mitigate that and make sure our water stay in, we're going to just take a plastic cup and put it in the bottom of it. And this is going to be the vessel that we're going to use to put our water in, as well as our flowers. Now, this is a very heavy piece of iron. So I'm thinking that we put it in the middle of the table here, and it's going to be absolutely perfect. And once we get some water in there, it'll be easier to keep our cup here in the right position. I do use this for planting as well, so the hole in the bottom definitely does not bother me. Now, in order to stabilize this, I'm going to just put some paper towel down on the inside of this here, just like that. So now we're stable, and the vessel here is very, very heavy. It's wrought iron, so we'll be fine on that front. So when I'm doing a last minute arrangement, in order to get my hydrangeas to stand up and puff out like they have here, what I do is I pull out my steamer. Now this steamer is a handheld steamer. It definitely comes in handy. It's light, it's compact, and it's easy to use for arrangements. I know that my hydrangeas are still going to continue to stretch out here, but they look so much better than they were at first. And I am absolutely obsessed with this look here. And you can see back in the distance, to me, that is like the perfect complement of flowers, because we have our blue hydrangeas, we have our purple here in the form of sea lavender. This is a variety of status. We have some blue plurum and some hydrangeas. Very, very simple and a very cheap arrangement to recreate. So absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. I'm totally 100% obsessed with this. You can see just the bottom of the arrangement, and everything is tucked in nice and neat inside of this container here. I love it. I love the flow of the blue plurum here. Absolutely beautiful. It's giving a nod to our chartreuse. Have our purple here. It's absolutely amazing. I love it.